Hey everybody, great Sunday to you. Out to dampen the fake news about Allegiant Stadium, also known as Las Vegas Stadium. Number of people are still trying to advance this idea that, oh, this thing is going to be open early. Here is the skinny. First of all, the latest project status report from the meeting of the 21st of May of 2020 last week. All you have to do is read it. It says April, right? The latest one will tell you that, first of all, there's really no certain time when the stadium is going to be finished and open. Yeah, I know that people have bought tickets to games and all that, but they've also made it quite clear that they now have a very robust refund policy. So keep that in mind. The simple fact of the matter is, and it's stated right there in the report, that the time is uncertain. Also, there's a new twist that was not noted by anyone other than me, even though it's there for everybody to read. Kind of funny how that works, isn't it? Read the internet, folks. It's the internet, but I digress. And it says that there is a long tail of a punch list of items to be done that is longer than, quote, was anticipated, unquote. It says it in black and white. And that's beyond the date of substantial completion. That's beyond the date when they expect it to be ready, which would be August 16th. So they don't know when all that's going to be done. And the reason that it exists isn't hard to figure out. It's because of the pandemic. It's because of the number of workers, 16 by last reported count, that have had the coronavirus. And it is because even prior to that, the workforce for a number of projects which it called for a bunching up was reduced. And where it wasn't, guess what they did? They turned off the interior camera so that they wouldn't catch the eye of Nevada OSHA, which could then say, hey, you were violating the social distancing protocols that you said you had in place, right? Funny how that works, isn't it? And all of this to achieve what? Well, I believe that Las Vegas Sands founder and CEO Sheldon Adelson is still waving his hand and money over this. And the best, most accessible evidence of this rests in the fact that he is producing, or his Las Vegas Review-Journal is producing, slanted news after slanted news after slanted news after slanted news, only occasionally dipping into the pool of real news, which sometimes is really good and sometimes is really bad, only for the matter of traffic. That's it. Period, end of story. But they're not telling a balanced view about where the stadium is. Great news about 549 million in PSLs being sold, but everybody knows who's in the event business that ticket brokers are buying it. Guess which state has the highest unemployment rate at 28%? Ding, it's Nevada. If you know your math, what's 33%? It's 1/3. 28.3% is pretty close to 33%. That basically means that in Nevada, you have a job, but the other person doesn't have a job, okay? That's what that means. So, because of all of that, because they don't have a job, you think that they're going to actually go out and buy PSLs? Of course not. Or if they bought PSLs, then it's pretty much a certainty that they put the PSLs on the secondary ticket market to be purchased by, you guessed it, ticket brokers. So it's fair to say right now that ticket brokers own a fair percentage of seats at Las Vegas Stadium. It's not a bad thing for the Raiders because all the Raiders care about is selling tickets. But that's the fact, Jack. Where we are right now also is this. If you would say, oh, it's government assistance, not really, because, hey, Nevada doesn't even lead the nation in that category at all. So again, where we are is this. The Raiders Stadium is progressing. It will slow down. The Garth Brooks concert may be canceled. And anybody telling you otherwise, just letting you know, you better get ready to cash in your tickets. This is the real world, folks. And we are in the middle of a pandemic. So where we are is, unfortunately, until the Donald Trump-led government steps forward and says, hey, you know what? We are going to contribute X billion to sports in Nevada. The future is really uncertain, and that's putting it kindly, okay? When it'll get better is when we get our economic planning act together to move forward. But you want the real news about the stadium, you know where to go. Subscribe to Zenia62 on YouTube. Bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com.